Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda. Good evening, folks. How you going? How's everybody going? We're going pretty good here. We've phones, man. Yeah, sorry. I want them. But anyway, yeah, Dad's doing pretty well, and we'll find out a little bit about him tomorrow when the physios come through. So, yeah, all in all, I had a good day with some good results up that way, guys. Been pretty funny, and I got some video clips I've been taking over the last few days up at the hospital, and I'll get them cut up for you and actually just show you what's going on up there. It's just ridiculous, guys. It's just, but we have to make a stand. And to go back in history a little bit, why we, need to make these stands, guys, is that, do you know who had the actual monopoly, all right, of controlling the Bible printing, in the 1700s? So who do you, I suppose a lot of people out there would know, but for you newbies, I just want to let you know that it was Cambridge University, Oxford University, and the Royal Printers. Okay? So, let's not forget that the Vatican and the Crown's direct responsibility here. All right. So, no person was allowed to have a copy of the Bible until the 1500s, when normal men and women stood up and challenged the Vatican. Some were excommunicated and others were killed for it. But they made a stand, guys. And all in all, we got, what they wanted to give us anyway. But we made the stand, the whole point of the thing. Okay, so beware the modified influenza bug floating around out there, guys. I've been told we do know a couple of people who have got it, and they're, a couple of unvaxxed people. And, it's hit them pretty hard. So I don't know what's floating around out there, but everyone just get your, what, guys, your hydroxychloroquine, your this, that, all right? We're going into winter. You should be looking after yourself and starting to do these little processes, all right? They're going to get you through the next few months. We have spoken about all this. Right, so they are going to, by July the 1st, they reckon, access to social media, guys, by digital ID. So I will not be on social media. Not these channels. If it comes to that, guys, all right, it'll be Rumble, it'll be BitChute, Project Matilda. I don't think Elon's going to do that with Twitter, so it'll be Twitter. But obviously, if that comes out, guys, I will not be bending, and I will not be getting. And look, don't forget that they've got just about everything, guys. All right, because the simple thing is, right, that the government has all departments. All right, whether that be to license yourself as a sparky, a concreter, a forklift driver, as we heard the other night, all right, or anything else. Right across the board, it goes back to a government institution, and they are going to remove your ticket if you do not comply. Now, having wins on the fact that at the moment, this so-called bullshit legislation of theirs says voluntary. That is the argument, guys. That is the argument you need to put forward when they say, no, you can't have it, but it's voluntary, and fight that and stand in your truth. All right. And we've had wins. Do not comply. That's the whole message. Do not comply. All right. But they have everything across the board. Everyone out there that I'm talking to right now, if you're a contractor, a subby, or this or that, you have a government certification somewhere that you will not be having without a digital ID. That is their thoughts. So, guys, it is time to just shut it down. All right, seriously, it's time to shut it down. Right, so Klaus has taken a backward step from the WEF, and I don't give a fuck about what he's doing. But anyway, I just thought I'd put that in there. Excuse my French. All right, so this Optus is embracing the digital as well, guys. All right, so they're into it. Okay, so you may be getting off Optus soon, because it looks like they're going to come. No digital ID, no Optus trade. That's your Wi-Fi's. That's whatever else you've got with them. Okay, but this is a time to make a stand, people. All right, it really is. Now, how's Operation Good Guys, Harvey Norman, etc. going? I hope that anyone was out shopping today, dropped into those places and educated them with a flick of a button. Very simple, guys. YouTube, bang, bang, walk away. All right. Anyway, hopefully that was going on out there. So, Cazzy, you're right, darling. Let's come in and we'll see what we got out there, because there is just so much going on with this. A lot of distractions.
There is so much. Look,
anyway.
Look, let's kick it off with Marie Z.
Pedophiles, guys. We need to implement a digital ID linked to your social media so that we can protect the children. They're so interested in protecting children all of a sudden. They're all pedophiles, meanwhile, behind the scenes, doing their little satanic blood sacrifices of children when no one's watching. Sick freaks. They want to lock people up in these facilities and re-educate them. Hillary Clinton has said, Trump supporters, we need to put them in re-education programs. It is literally setting up 1984, where you walk out saying, I really love Big Brother, and you mean it. Are we going to let them do this to us, humanity? Are we actually going to let them put us in these camps, re-educate us to their leftist, satanist, transgender pedophile program? You pedophile freaks, you satanist freaks. What, they think we don't know? They think we don't know that they're killing children in the middle of the night in their little underground facilities? We know. The world knows. And the world's going to let a bunch of satanic pedophiles lock us up? I don't think so. Too much has been exposed now. This is why they're rushing with this digital ID. This is why they're rushing with this digital tyranny, because too much has been exposed.
That's right.
I got to give credit where credit's due. Maria, see a brilliant friggin' rant, darling. Give me a call if you see this show, will you? I'm not who you think I am. But that was a brilliant rant. That was absolutely brilliant. And she's right. You know, she covers a lot of really gruesome topics. But, I mean, that rant there for what's coming on. And, you know, I think people are starting to realise now, Cazz, how in-depth this spider web is. You know, it entails everything. It's your driver's licence, guys. It's your speedboat licence, your jet ski licence. Your gun license, everything.
Yeah, no, it's everything. They want to have control, a total control. It's full spectrum dominance, as Alex Jones calls it.
Yep.
So yeah, look, Queensland, have a look at this.
In COVID cases, this is due to one of the flirt variants, almost certainly driven by one of these
flirt
variants, FLIRT, particularly the variant called KP3.
No flirting.
It's a particularly contagious form of COVID. The numbers have started to tick up, and we will expect the numbers to increase significantly in the coming weeks. The illness looks similar to COVID. Other other forms of COVID. This is another new subvariant. What is critical, though, is that those people who are most at risk of COVID now get their boosters. And here we're talking mostly about older people over the age of 70.
Get rid of them. They cost you money.
In the last 12 months. Also, people
can't pay
who
taxes,
are eligible to receive antiviral therapy for COVID, which is mostly, again, older people over the age of 70, should be aware, should make sure they know how
Just
to get...
pick on your grandmother.
Antivirals.
Pick on your dad.
We've seen a little bit of a drop-off in those boosters.
All right, so look, that full clip is available on the website. Now, meanwhile, it's just the craziest thing, and of course they're baffled, and they just can't figure out what on earth is going on here. But the countries here, global cancer phenomenon. It's not just America. The UK, Japan, South Africa, and Australia are among dozens of countries suffering from mystery spikes of all kinds of tumours in young people.
Wow.
However, we do have some news on that because Japan's come out and named him. Suddenly, Japan, the whole country is the cooker. Japan's gone cooker. Okay, so they've demanded a criminal investigation to the mRNA genocide or democide by global elitists. So, demanding a formal inquiry.
Yeah. Look out, like we've seen with the other stuff over there in the Middle East, guys up there, I can't pronounce the name of the place. That's the one, yeah. With the helicopter crash, we're seeing bits and pieces come out everywhere now, guys, and just sit back, man. But yeah, it's mad, guys.
Well, it's not just the flirt we've got to worry about. Like, look at this. Aussie egg farmer in Meredith in Victoria goes into lockdown over fears bird flu discovery is the strain causing mass poultry deaths around the world. Here we go again. Put out by Rise Melbourne.
And there is probably no, chicken facility that actually has been shut down, guys. Again, they've picked on one and they've done it. We know what they're doing to the bees and that. So I can't say that statement's true. But again, guys, the whole COVID narrative is fear porn. I've seen it. I've been in the hospital for the last 5 days watching this, guys. It is absolute fear porn. And they got everyone still sucked into it. It's just unbelievable. But I'm seeing a change in the hospital because people are starting to put stickers everywhere and really wake people up to the World Economic Forum and stuff like that. So good on you, Wollongong Hospital. You're starting to come to the party. Anyway.
That's awesome. Actually, something that you predicted a while back, when there's now a startup raises $26.5 million for vaccine to stop cow farts and cow burps.
How ahead of the curve am I, Cazz? Like, seriously, I mean, come on. We need some recognition here, folks. We picked this 12 months ago, and finally the farts and the burps are coming in, and we're taking credit. That was ours. We picked it. So, yeah, well done, guys. Well done.
Incredible, isn't it?
They're stealing our glory. See, they got nothing left. They got that little left that they got to take what we do and actually try and get points on it, Cazz.
Well, it's not all of Australians, though, because, like, here we go. This is how a American thought he viewed Australia and what the reality they found.
Australia was, first of all, an absolute hellscape where poisonous spiders rain from the sky. That part is true. But then I further thought that because of that, anyone who lives there, these have to be like the toughest sons of on the planet. I really thought that. I thought it was just I thought it was a whole country of Steve Irwins. That's what I thought. And from COVID and now ending with this, I'm like, how is Australia the weakest, wokest, lamest country on earth? How is that possible?
Not us.
That's someone's attitude on us, guys. Now, I was talking about this on a space today, I think, or whatever, and because we were talking about guns and stuff as well. And, that's sad. In the 3 big wars, the 4 big wars, if you want to call the Korean one, throw that in there, the Falklands 5. Okay, let's keep going. Anyway, in the wars, our guys, right, wherever they were utilized, all right, were the creme de la creme. They were the best. All right. And I've been told this personally when I was over in the Philippines, like in 91. All right, I've told you the stories at the firehouse and that. These guys just thought I was unreal. Why? Because I had a granddad who was a rat at Tobruk, and these guys fought in Vietnam and had Aussies beside them. And now that is what the overseas people think of us. Now, they never thought of us like that, guys. So again, I'm just saying, you know, we need to maybe change their perception, Australia. Hey, that's a sad thing to hear about us when we are a crocodile, or looked at as a bunch of crocodile Dundees and Steve Irwins, and here we are, we're a bunch of cream puffs, you know, floating on friggin' frog lilies at the look of it in a hot pond. Anyway, that's what they think.
Well, yeah. Look, we've got lots of issues going on. We've got this thing here where there's this Wellington North solar farm.
When there's lots of us in the galaxy, when I'm alone, I'm a star.
Is this Wellington, New South Wales?
Everyone's a star. When there's lots of us, we're a galaxy.
Now, the thing about it is this is actually prime agricultural land. So the next hailstorm will probably destroy that, and then there won't be any maintenance costs. So they would have got the money in from the government, from the taxpayers, and it'll end up getting destroyed at some stage because of the weather. And oh no, what a shame. And now they don't have any maintenance.
Well, maybe they'll probably blame that on the wombats tunneling underneath the solar panels and loosening them up so that when the storm come through, they blew over and they'll have to kill all the wombats. I know their plan here. Hey, I bet you. Hey, let's see how we go, guys. There's a prediction. The wombats are to blame.
Who knows? All I know is that they are just they just hate any form of life whatsoever, any form of conservation.
Yeah, anything that breathes with a heartbeat.
Yeah, but they do. Yeah. And then they basically lord it over us, telling us we've got to be green, and they're the most ungreen ungreen people in the world. All right,
combat wombats, guys.
Now, Punter's Politics has been found by Santos.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, we've got a gas shortage. Oh, hang on, what's that? Oh, somebody help us, please! We're running out of gas. Damn those renewables. How much tax did you pay in 2021? Oi, Santos. Nothing.
Yeah, good times. So I was just checking my LinkedIn notifications, and turns out some businesses have been searching for me. Oh, curious, maybe someone wants to offer me a job. Let's take a look at those businesses, shall we? Uh-oh. Santos, if you're watching, I have an army of punters here who are working out what you're up to. Let's summarize, shall we? You pay almost no tax. You pay next to nothing for the gas you take from us. Then you sell us our gas back at record prices, and you donate to our politicians to allow it all to happen. So I think punters are going to keep sharing some of this. What's going on? If you'd like to buy me off, I'll send my bank details. I think you know what to do. Let's make that algorithm stand up and pay attention, shall we?
Holy crap!
Hashtag Santos.
Yeah, no, we've had the Safety Commissioner, people having a look at stalking Milk Bar TV's wife, and now we've got Santos. Like, these people, they're incredible.
$1 billion companies like harassing the little dude making a video. Like, really? I mean,
checking them out,
great Operation. Operation Good Guys, Harvey Norman needs to go into effect, guys, pronto. They're open all night, I think. Anyway.
All right, very good. Look, there's an interesting slip up here that he's made. Listen to Netanyahu.
False symmetry between the democratically elected leaders of Israel and the terrorist chieftains. That's like saying after 9/11, well, I'm issuing arrest warrants for George Bush, but also for bin Laden. Or after in World War II, well, I'm issuing...
Hear that? That's like saying for 9/11, I'm issuing the arrest warrants for George Bush.
It's all going to come out.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Look, I don't know who's put this together, but it's brilliant. Let's have a look at it.
Extraordinary creature is half blind, half deaf, and this is just about as fast as it can move.
Oh, good old David Attenborough.
No, the memes are great.
Can anyone name that? Yeah, that thing there. Anyone name it? I don't know. Oh, mate.
All right.
The
Where
clown
we go
show.
to? We didn't get this lovely lady shared last night because I actually forgot. But anyway, look, let's have a look at her. So this is the article, Kate Emery. Why fear of the COVID cooties has some Australians refusing blood transfusions. So
she goes on to tag you out, people. She gives you a Canaan. All right. These will be up on the website. All right. So go and have a read. And then I think Kate needs an email or two, guys, with a link to our website so she can get herself educated, and then maybe she can sit down and have a latte at Harvey Norman or the Good Guys and, just sit back, relax on a nice lounge and watch the program.
Yeah, well, anyway. So, she actually has a share. She has somewhere where you can contribute at the bottom of her website. So you can actually go there and tell her, just give her a little bit of information that she might need. All right, something.
What? No, Google Harvey Norman or Good Guys. It's simple. Google them. They're everywhere. Anyway, sorry, Cazz, go on. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Sorry.
No.
Okay. All right.
All right. Look, this girl, Eva, she's a Dutch citizen, but she's put out this, and it's just terrible. This is what's going on with the mass immigration.
Old girl has been found dead, drugged, and abused in an apartment of an Afghan migrant in Vienna. This follows the news of 2 children who were 9 and 10 years old that were stabbed by a migrant in Duisburg-Marlow in Germany. And this follows the news of 3 women who were stabbed by a migrant also in Vienna, and a 12-year-old girl that was gang raped by 17 migrant minors also in Vienna. And that's in the last 10 days. That's 10 days in Europe. And this happens all the time. And I can't even begin to tell you how many cases like this I've reported on in the last, few years. It's endless. It's endless. And it literally never ends because nothing ever changes. Our policies never change. And then there's some uproar for a few days. Everyone's like, man, what happened here? And the newspapers, if they even write about it, there will be one headline, one article. And then everybody forgets again. And the list of girls and women and boys and men too who've been sacrificed on the altar of mass migration is too long to even fathom. And we just forget. We don't know. But everybody.
All right, she says that she's going to go on and she's going to make a movie. She's a documentary about it because she's just had enough. But anyway, very interesting.
Guys, yeah, and when you look into, you need to look into people. We got a Lord Mayor here, all right, called Gordon Bradbury, right, the minister, and now he's and I know Gordon. I've seen Gordon at funerals and that, and spoken to Gordon. But I mean, he's a push bike rider for a start, one of those like Lycra wearers. But apart from that, we can't really we can't judge him on that one. But he's blatantly gone out in previous interviews and that before he got into Lord Mayor, actually pitching the Marxist and socialism. That's what he agrees with, and here he is. He's the Lord Mayor of our town. Yeah, it's just incredible, the people that they get to fill these positions. Unbelievable. And then we got 2 Labor shills, 3 Labor shills down here, Ryan Park, and then we got Alison, my friend Bern Scully, and then we got her husband Paul. Man, there's nearly, probably $1 million between them 3 every year in expenses and that. And we're getting sold to a new world order. But anyway, all right, next one. Let's go.
All right, the big news, of course, is Hal Turner. The evidence is now appearing indicating the Iran presidential helicopter crash was an assassination. On top of that, what's happened today is that the Iranian intelligence service of Lauriston, the head of that, he was basically assassinated. It looks like he was either shot or stabbed. There's blood on the streets there. So, did you want to talk about this one, Dave?
Well, there's different people that have met with this guy, okay, over the last period, guys, and supposedly been assassinated or disappeared. This one is funny. Look at the picture there, guys. That's not even a picture of a helicopter. You know, anyone can tell that looks like some wing sort of plane. You know what I mean? These guys are in the latest helicopters. All right, we have had some other stuff come in that, you know, maybe we can get onto the website, Cazz, I don't know, later, but Mel might be able to. But, you know, that's just some, you know, different interviews and that, people, you know what I mean? And on this thing, I've got a couple. And, yeah, it looks like he may not even have been assassinated, guys. He could have been just taken out of play. This is a crazy movie. We don't know. All right, but there was a C-130 that hasn't been to a landing strip just over there where they were in that country. Here it is. All right, that one hasn't been there for like how many years? But it thing here, or one of these, it's not that particular plane, but it's one of these. It could be set up with but guys, yeah, again, intriguing stuff. All right, these are the heads of countries. All right, and this is big stuff. But again, all right, we got to keep our focus here in Australia. But yeah, if these guys have been assassinated or killed, God bless them and their families. There was a few people on that shop. Yeah, not just him, if that is exactly what's happened. So again, I don't believe the body I saw on another one was the body of him. I don't, you know, in the conversations we've had on some spaces today, yeah, we're still waiting for the dust to settle, guys. But again, you know, we had 4 or 5 taken out in Africa when they stood up. Okay, so we're starting to see, you know, that the deep state is in panic, and it gives them another little murder spree to get where they want to get or slow this thing down because people are waking up. All right. And like, you know, Maria Z said, yeah, we're woken up now and yous are in panic. That's why all this is coming at you guys. So do not comply. That's the message. We need that hashtag everywhere. Do not comply should be the hashtag of the month, actually. Anyway.
But the big news, of course, is the breaking news that the FBI raid, they were allowed to use excessive force. They were allowed to shoot. And it looks like
they were allowed to use any force. Deadly force, it said. Deadly force to take on Mar-a-Lago, guys. Deadly force. That's what Biden initiated.
All right, so Steve Bannon has done this interview
about it. Your rise to national prominence started on the afternoon of this raid. You called it then. Now that you've seen these documents, your thoughts?
There's no question that President Biden orchestrated this raid on President Trump to go get those declassified Crossfire Hurricane presidential records that are so damning to Obama, to Biden, to Hillary, to the AG, to the FBI director, James Comey, to the CIA, to the DNI. They made up the Russian collusion hoax in 2016 because Hillary Clinton had her illegal home server as Secretary of State that not only had our nation's most classified secrets, it had the evidence of the Clinton Foundation's pay-for-play foreign bribery schemes when Hillary was the Secretary of State. And the Russians and the Chinese almost certainly hacked this server, and the Obama regime and the Hillary campaign were worried this hacked material was going to come out on this bribery and foreign corruption from the Clinton Foundation. So they said it was they made up the Crossfire Hurricane investigation, the Russian.
All right, we'll leave it there. They're full of interviews available on the website. Now, what has also happened is 107 has been on Nino Rodriguez overnight, and he has said that it was actually also about getting the nuclear codes, which is fascinating.
Oh, what a movie script. Unbelievable. Yeah, I couldn't write this, guys. You can't make this stuff up. It's just unbelievable.
Now, of course, Klausie's apparently stepped back.
Step back,
Klausy has stepped back. Isn't that interesting?
I think he stepped down quite quickly from a platform. But anyway, we'll find out.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because Benjamin Fulford has been reporting that he has not been at Davos because Davos is the front of the WEF. And who was it? And I think it was Pascal Najadi who said that Klaus was actually taken out a couple of weeks ago. Very interesting. All right, now Dave's often been on about the food and what we're putting into our bodies, and we've also got to take care of our kids. Do you think these people wouldn't
your
have
kids?
some sort of morals? They would. Listen to this.
Hey guys, Zen Honeycutt here, Moms Across America, and we have released the results today of the toxic metals testing for baby formula. We tested 20 brands and 2 samples of each, so 40 samples. This was initiated by GMOscience.org. Dr. Michelle Perro, she's a 43-year veteran pediatrician who is pretty much fed up at seeing how sick children are. She's written a book called What's Making Our Children Sick, and she has a book coming out called Making Our Children Well pretty soon. It's coming out soon. And Moms Across America partnered with her and with also New MD's Dr. Stephanie Seneff, who has been studying aluminum and glyphosate for years. And we were very dismayed by the results. We had hoped at least some of them, perhaps maybe the organic ones or the goat milk formulas, would not have toxic heavy metals, but we were wrong. All of them, 100% of the 40 samples, tested positive for toxic aluminum and lead, all of them. 80% of the samples had lead levels that were higher than what the EPA allows in drinking water. This is very disturbing. Lead is super toxic and harmful for brain development. At 41,000 parts per billion of aluminum in one of the goat's milk baby formulas, that level was 4,000 to 40,000 times higher than the other heavy metals that were found in the in baby formulas, and that level, when consumed on a daily basis at a normal rate, the way babies normally do, will exceed what the FDA allows in drinking water or for consumption of aluminum for a preemie baby.
All right, that full interview is available on the website. Make sure you go and see it. I forgot to do the announcements. All right, so Justice for the People, public information rally, just say no, facial recognition, digital ID, CBDC, AO, profiling, indoctrination of children. 12 p.m, Saturday 25th, 20 Spring Street, East Melbourne, Old Treasury Building. AV Weather is on tour, and they are at Magapla Hall, 9:30 a.m. for a 10 o'clock start, and that's on Saturday the 1st of June. That's $20 a ticket if you're interested in that. Unity in Canberra, that is on in the 27th, and everyone is welcome, and it's organised by Mike Holt. They're going to the Governor-General's, and they're going to tell him that to sack the Parliament, sack the judges, bring in martial law until we the people can amend our constitution and elect a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And the Farmers Rally is on May 31st, and that is local at CBD areas in support of Western Australia Farmers Convoy, Australia-wide. So all the farmers are joining forces, and they are calling for rallies everywhere.
All right, Chick Fenton, Wodonga Courthouse tomorrow, 9:30. We need as many people as possible present. There was one, I don't know how Paul Kembler Court went today with one of our guys, Luffy, but I couldn't get there. I was with my dad, but I don't know how that went, guys, but help people in these courthouses, all right? Get there, all right? We need numbers, guys. Get to these events, all right? If that's what tickles your fancy, get out there, all right? We just need numbers. That's what we need. Yeah.
There's been something very unusual happening on TikTok. No, not TikTok, on Twitter. People have started a trend, and they're on TikTok as well, and they are blocking celebrities. A lot of celebrities make their money because the algorithms favor them because they've got so many followings and stuff. When you block them, it's so you know how you've got the For You or the following. So the For You is not of interest stuff that stops coming up, so they actually don't get as much income out of it. Look at this.
Cake.
All right, so that is available on the website as well. Yeah, every kind of action that you take always pays off. Now, Dave,
exactly.
We covered a bit of the Vatican stuff. You just touched on it. It's amazing how you do this, and then it's actually something that I've got lined up as well. We covered a little bit of the Vatican talking about the aliens. Okay, we're scheduled to be talking about the aliens. However, there is quite a bit of information with regards to that, and I thought we just introduce a bit.
Human intelligence on this planet. Certainly. 1933 was the first recovery in Europe, in Magenta, Italy. They recovered a partially intact vehicle. The Italian government moved it to a secure airbase in Italy for the rest of kind of the fascist regime until 1944, 1945. And, the Pope Pius XII back-channeled that.
So the Vatican was involved?
Yeah, and told the Americans what the Italians had, and we ended up scooping it.
So let me be very clear about this. You're saying that the Catholic Church, the Vatican, they know about the existence of non-human intelligence on this planet?
Certainly.
Let's talk about how the Vatican is hiding a time-traveling device from us. It's called a chronovisor, and it was developed in the 1960s by this gentleman in the middle, Father Ernetti, and these two other guys who ended up working for NASA. This guy over here just happened to be a Nazi before he went to NASA, but we'll talk about that later. In the 1970s, Father Ernetti took a boat ride, and he happened to be on the boat with another priest. They got to gabbing, and Father Ernetti spilled the beans about the chronovisor. He said it was very real how he had went back in time, and he had witnessed the crucifixion of Christ. He had witnessed the last few days of Christ. He had witnessed the final supper. He had witnessed the fall of Sodom and Gomorrah. Very heavy claims, right? Father Ernetti had proof, though. He provided the blueprints for it and told him exactly how it worked. Now, reportedly, this device had several antennas that would pick up on light and sound waves throughout multiple frequencies and translate these frequencies into a screen that would show a past event, a present event, or a future event. Now, in the wrong hands, think about how powerful that could be. You can witness anybody at any time, at any point. Of course, this was all supposed to be a secret because seeing anybody you want at any point in time is pretty dangerous in the wrong hands. So Vatican told Father Ernetti and everyone else involved, do not speak of this. It took Father Ernetti 10 years before he had this boat conversation to tell anyone about it. And then in 1988, the Vatican released a decree stating anyone found to be using a device like the chronovisor would be excommunicated from the church. 2002, the man that took the boat ride with Father Ernetti released a tell-all book about the chronovisor and went to his bed believing in the chronovisor. We all know the Vatican has their Chamber of Secrets. The rumor is that this is locked in the Chamber of Secrets.
This was actually very weird because it was a public occurrence and all of a sudden it was wiped clean. Like everyone stopped talking about it, news stopped reporting about it, but it happened in 2007 when an orange flying disc flew.
All right, there's more on that, but we don't have time for that at the moment. I will put that into the chat there, so you guys can go and have a look at that.
But listen, guys, just to go back a couple of articles to the baby formula, right? The lead, the aluminium, all right, the mercury in the vaccines. All right, guys, what they do is these things go into the body, these heavy metals, all right, and they know what they're doing. All right, and apart from that, your kid's sucking in the same chemtrails as you. If you're not looking after the water you're drinking, your kid's drinking the same poison that they're putting in the in the water system as well. And then what you get, guys, is the inflammation, right, that comes with things that can't be purged from the body. Why? Because you've got a metal, like these metals that are actually causing a layer, and stuff can't get out. Even if you detox, you can't purge it. You got to get rid of the metals, and this is what they're doing to you. This is all by design, guys. All right, do not comply. All right, and someone said use a magnet on your I would be telling every mother to just breastfeed. Sorry, we're a little bit down the line where they've wrecked that as well. But yeah, every mother should be giving birth naturally unless a Caesar is needed, and then actually feeding their baby up to 12 or even 18 months old. Who gives a shit? I've seen 18 months old latched onto a tit when I was young. It didn't matter. You fed the kid till the kid had had enough. You know what I mean? And we've just been duped, guys. I'm not a woman, but maybe I am. Who knows?
All right.
You're going to pay me to become a woman? I wonder.
No. You'd be a beautiful woman, Dave.
Thank you.
All right.
So, thank you.
But now Boeing, of course, had dropped 6,000 feet. This is stories we won't get to. There's also this quick story of Target.
Target is one of the most popular retail locations in all of America. You probably have one in your hometown, but I assure you that your Target doesn't look like the Target in downtown San Francisco. My God. Check this out. That guy just got caught by armed security, looks like special forces, attempting to shoplift. Does your Target have to lock up in plastic boxes literally every item? This is just like a supplement. The face masks are one. This is what a zero trust society looks like. Every piece of clothing has an alarm on. All of it is tagged. Every dress shirt, tagged alarm. Every single pair of shoe. Men's underwear, behind the plastic. No test driving these bikes. Get ready, America. Coming to a Target near you.
What do I say?
I don't know. It's too crazy for me. All right. The final thing is this moon in Alaska. Now, I have to tell you about this because it's quite amazing. So now what it is it's filmed inside the Arctic Circle, just between Canada, Alaska, and Alaskan-Russian border. This phenomenon can only be observed once a year and only for 36 seconds. And somebody's actually managed to capture it. The moon appears, disappears, and immediately afterwards there is a 5-second total eclipse. So let's have a look at it.
Okay, blue beam. Well, we did film the moon landing in the water, so different parts of it anyway. The others in the desert, but it's very interesting, isn't it? Very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, just your daily
Nothing's
reminder.
real.
Just your daily reminder that Nuremberg Code, Article 6, Section 3, that mandating masks on citizens of a nation and preventing their access to food, healthcare, transport, or education if they don't comply is a war crime.
And funnily enough, Wollongong Hospital staff unit manager actually committed a war crime on me the other night, guys. Actually did. She told me that if I didn't comply with them, that she would limit my visiting to my dad. And I told her, well, I'll see you in a court. Go for it. But that's exactly what she done. She tried to enforce this bullshit. Don't let them, guys. All right, do not comply. We're winning all the nurses over in there. They love me, Mel. They couldn't do anything but love us. All right, because that's the type of people we are. But, I mean, yeah, they know who I am and they know my stance, man. But I'm telling you, you just got to stand your ground, guys. Stand your ground. Do not comply.
No, that's it. All right, Dave, wrap up because we've got our outro queued. Space.
All right, we got a space on tonight. I'll be running a space, and we'll get on there, continue the conversation, guys, if that's what you would like to do. But just to run out, I've just got something here, guys, and this has been a settlement down at a place where I used to surf at a lot. All right, it's called Pipeline. It's just down the coast down here at a place called Wreck Bay, near the actual ACT. Has their little bit of ground down there for the local naval station. But the federal government has reached a $22 million settlement. Listen to this, folks. I got no trouble with the Aboriginals getting money. All right. But Wreck Bay Aboriginal community is quite a small community, guys. All right. Now, the Australian federal government has reached a $22 million settlement with the Wreck Bay Aboriginal community on the New South Wales South Coast. This settlement is related to PFAS contamination from firefighting foam. The community alleged that the defence negligently, allowed PFAS chemicals to leach into surface water, groundwater, and soil. These chemicals were found in firefighting foams used at the neighbouring naval base HMAS Creswell and the Jervis Bay Range facility for several decades. Listen to this. The settlement aims to address the community's ability to live on or conduct cultural activities on its land, but it does not relate to potential health impacts. The matter is set to return to court for approval after community members are consulted on the deal. The deal. All right. Additionally, the Australian government is committing $45.1 million to invest in housing on Aboriginal land in Wreck Bay Village. So there's 67 point whatever 1 million, guys. That is going down to a little town down there at Wreck Bay, which, as I said, I got nothing wrong with supporting our Aboriginals, local or wherever they are around Australia, but this doesn't even cover future. This just covers now. And they've thrown in another 45.1 million. So I can just, I just smell a rat somewhere, sorry. I just smell a rat. That's 70 million bucks, man. Like, who signs these checks? As I say, I got nothing against the Aboriginal people getting what's due to them or wherever else if people have committed fraud. They poison them or else, which I know they have. Okay, but how is this not even future? You know what I mean? This 22 million is just, here we go. There's your deal. I don't know, guys. Anyone like going down rabbit holes? I think there's one worth looking at there. As I say, not to begrudge the Aboriginal people anything, but that one there just stinks to me. So the idea is, guys, and the only idea is do not comply. All right? We just need numbers to get behind everyone in Australia that is doing something like this tomorrow, right? 11 a.m., Wangaratta Hospital. Beautiful, guys. All right? I'm finding them Jody Lowe stickers everywhere over these hospitals. It's unbelievable. It's great. Anyway, so again, we got a couple of projects going, guys. We want you to spend your money at Operation Good Guys and Harvey Norman. All right? You know the deal there. They're good cash businesses, them ones. And, we'd like to get, the information out into the public, guys. And if they're going to censor us here, well, we're just going to have to go out into the public and, put our stickers where we're allowed to put them and, grab people's attention and, get our little things that we've got over here, guys. A warning to Australia, whatever you can get, guys, just get it going with you. All right? Because they're coming at you very hard. And very soon, this fight's going to get a bit tougher. But if the background doesn't knock it over, it's going to get tougher as we walk into these few months and they start telling you when your license need to be renewed for this, that, or whatever, that you can't have it. Are you going to fucking crumble? Excuse my French. Are you? Or are you going to stand your ground and take a couple of hits? Because if they continue to push this, guys, you're going to have to take a couple of hits to get through it. Right? But the idea is, at the moment, the word is voluntary. That is the argument. That's what will beat them at the moment. Okay?
Sorry.
No, you're right, mate. Anyway, that's it, guys. We'll see you on the space. Thanks for tuning in and see you tomorrow night. Bye.
All right, guys.
Keeping him amused. That's what we're fighting for, folks.
That's so.
Do not comply. That kid's gonna sleep well.